Hi, I'm Obeng, and welcome to How. I share with you ways of getting stuff done, how to get stuff done. And today I have a special treat for you. It's called the Project Success Map. Basically, it's a way of taking all the things you could do, all the tools, methods you could have, and actually reducing them so you know exactly what to do on any specific project at any specific time. Let's jump onto Cube. I'm going to share it with you, and I'm going to explain how it all works, and then you can just go and do it for yourself. So welcome to Cube, where the sun, as you know, is always shining. Let's jump onto this whiteboard and have a look. Do you remember your graduation? You had filled your head with lots and lots of knowledge. Then you graduated, you threw your hat into the air, and with it went all the knowledge. We always assume that people remember everything. Even professionals remember all the things, the tools, the methods, the capabilities which they have. It is not true. Most people were only scored 70% on average for the exam anyway, so they didn't know 30% of the stuff, and they've forgotten it anyway. So let's pretend that we're working always with a sort of reduced subset of knowledge. But knowledge, again, is not the same as know-how. Knowledge is stuff which is data. Know-how is getting stuff done, and that's what we're here for today. So even being able to know stuff, assuming you had 100%, it's probably 70%, don't necessarily have any know-how. Know-how is about selecting and using the right tools. Now, I use this image here, and I always find it amusing because when I talk about tools, most people have never used tools. They live in sort of cities and sensible places. They have tons of money. They don't know what a hammer is. I only just recently bought a chainsaw, so I can't complain, and an axe. So the way I'm going to describe it is, don't think of them as tools. Think of them as apps, because everyone's got apps on their phones. So apps are the same as tools. It's just one thing which does one thing. So the Maps app gets you a map, etc. And that's what the tool is. It just allows you to do properly what you would otherwise do. So how do we move forward with this? Well, we use the Project Success Map. So the Project Success Map you can get from the internet, and the web link is, let me just write it down for you, sign, because you probably want to scribble this out, https:// and it's from Pentacle, PENTACLE, the VBS, virtualbusinessschool.com, and it's /health-checks. Okay, and if you put that in, I think it's health checks, could be health check, I don't know. If you put that in, it'll take you to a questionnaire. What's the point of the questionnaire? The questionnaire will tell you exactly what you need to learn. Why? Because if you were to try and apply and learn everything you needed, you'd end up with something as much as this smorgasbord type of map of the London Underground system, which is actually a map of change and projects. So let me explain what this is. These different lines are different things which happen in change. So the blue line is the purpose and type of change. The circle line is circle of consolidation. Learning and review is the brown one. And then we've got stakeholders on green and so on. And then we've got zones, just like everywhere else. You get different zones, and depending on the zones, you have to pay more or suffer more. So outside here is the zone of no hope. So if your score from your health check comes back low, like 0, it basically means you have no hope, bad stuff is going to happen to you, and it works its way in. And on each of these lines, it tells you what you need to learn. So, for example, the black line, which is about leadership and teams, your score will tell you things like you need to do leadership behavior planning. And then above in gray, it gives you the PET you need to use, square peg. And then if you score 75, it probably tells you need to do team fit, which is basically about team contribution audit. Then it tells you here about managing contractors and consultants. You probably don't want to use the saddle up PET. And it works its way down all the way to the center here. So the health check is important because it tells you precisely which particular PET you should be using today. And so you can actually then select what you need to fix today's problem and get that done. So go and do the health check now. This is the link, penschoolvs.com, health checks, health-checks, I think it's health checks with the rest, could be, yeah. And choose the project management one and have a go. And then it'll send you to a success map, and you on the success map, you'll be able to figure out exactly what you need to do today to get to success. So that's me. Subscribe to the newsletter, you'll get more learning, more pets, more engagement, or if you prefer, watch the YouTube channel or Spotify. I've been Obeng.